Now there are many design elements you can add to your HTML documents using CSS, also known as cascading style sheets. This video will show you how to adjust the horizontal alignment of the text on your HTML document. You know, if you want it all the way to the left side of the page, or all the way to the right side of the page, or even centered, or if you want it lined up evenly on both the right and the left margins. This, by the way, is called justified. Different alignments might come in handy if, say, you wanted to line up the text in your footer to the center, or if you had a page number or a date at the top of your page and needed it to the far right or to the far left. Here, let's open up our editor and look at an example. Now, I've got some content here in the body section, and up here in the head section, I've already added some styling. One for the H1 tag that's going to align the text between the opening and closing H1 tags in the center of the page, and for the H2 tags I've got it set up to align to the right for all the content that's located between the opening and closing H2 tag. And for the paragraphs, I've got a couple of them here, but I've only got one of them that's using the class justified as defined up here, which will be, you guessed it, align justified. And these are set up using the basic CSS syntax, where I've got the opening curly bracket, the property, in this example it's text dash align, and then the colon, and then the value, in this example center. Then I've got the semicolon and then the closing curly brackets, and pretty much the same with the others here. Now with classes and IDs, you can name them anything you want, really. I just named this one justified because that kind of describes what I'm wanting to accomplish here in this particular syntax, and that is to have the text aligned justified. Let's go ahead and look at this in our browser, and I'm just going to demonstrate this within the editor's browser right here, kind of keep things all in one spot. And here we are. This is the H1 tag that's aligned to the center, and the H2 tags, which I normally would not do, but for this example it'll work just fine. But the H2 tags are lined up to the right, and the second paragraph is aligned justified. Now it's not a great example, but as you can see here, the first paragraph that's not styled at all, the margins are even on the left, and that's pretty much the default. And then the space between the words and text is even throughout, which is going to leave some of the space over here to the right. Now if this were aligned to the right, then it would be even, then the margins would be even over here on the right, and these gaps here would show up over here. But with it being justified, as you can see here, it's even on the left margin as well as the right margin. And how that happens is that the spaces between the characters and the words are stretched out so that this will be even on both ends. And this brings us to the end of the video on using CSS to style the alignment of your text on your HTML document.